it's Bill, back in the shop today. I'm going to do a little work on my XJ, get my winch controller hooked up, and let's get to it. Alright, before we get into putting in the winch controller, I want to just go over this a little bit. I've had some people ask me about my setup in here. If you've watched my last two videos, Fall Crawl and Mud on the Tires, those were the first two videos with the new Hobbywing 1080 Crawler Edition ESC. I mean, I'm loving this thing. It's awesome. The control I have, you know, climbing and descending, it's unbeatable to me. As far as motor wise, what I like about this motor is it's inexpensive. It's rebuildable and it has ball bearings in it. This is the All-Star 27 turn brushed motor, but I got it paired up with a Team Raffi 3-to-1 gear reduction unit. I mean, I love it. So much torque. I mean, your speed is still there, you know, when you need it, but when you need torque and slow crawling, I mean, it's awesome. The rest of the drivetrain is pretty much stock. I have a steel spur gear. I think it's the original tooth. I think it's 56 tooth spur gear, but I have hardened steel gears in the transmission. I have hardened steel gears in the transfer case, and I think I'm still running the stock ring and pinions in the rear end. So, but it's been awesome. Let's get into doing this winch. This I got off of Amazon. It's just an inexpensive winch controller from China. They're all over. If you search winch controllers on Amazon, it'll pop up. But it came in, it's a little black box. It's got the controller inside. This is the way it came when it, you know, looked. It has two different connectors for the winch, which this one I don't need, so I cut it off. This is the one I use. The battery side of it, it has this. I'm going to cut this off, and I'm going to have to solder on this. I'm going to solder one of these on for the battery connector. And the way I'm going to run, I got it sealed up with shoe goo and Gorilla Tape, just to kind of make it a little more water resistant. The controller it comes with looks like this. It's pretty nice. It's got a little weight to it. It's got this little slider that covers up the buttons, so when you're not using it, you can cover them up so you don't hit them accidentally. I'm going to mount this onto my transmitter with some, you know, servo tape. So that's about it, but I got to cut this off, and we're going to solder on some different connectors. They say this thing is already paired to it, so you don't have to do any kind of pairing or anything. It's just ready to go out of the box. So we'll try it out. I'm going to get you down closer and we'll solder these wires up. Alright, so I like to just push the wires kind of together, intertwine the fibers of the wire. I'll put a little bit of flux on the joint there. And then we'll get our iron and we'll heat that flux up. We'll heat that up. And then we'll just drop some solder on that joint. That's it. Now we'll move on to the next one. Let's see if I can get it together here. Just kind of slide the wires together. Like so. I mean, everybody does it different. This is how I do this type of joint or connection. We'll put a little flux on it. We'll heat it up. Just drop some solder in there. That's it. Now we'll heat up the heat shrink. There we go. All right, with the battery lead soldered up, we should be able to just hook this up and it should work. To power the winch, I'm using one of my drone batteries. This is a little 2S LiPo. I just have it wrapped in Gorilla Tape. I think it's a 1,000 milliamp battery. To mount it, I just shoe gooed a ring magnet to the skid plate and then shoe gooed a metal washer with a little plastic sleeve through the middle of it to mount it there. And we should be able to hook it up and it works, so let's try it out. All right, here we go. Whew. B is out, A is in. There you go. You know, after my last winch controller I had was a wired winch controller. I had it mounted under the battery tray for what reason I don't know, but I think it was after my creek run video. I mean, it got drenched, fried the controller, so I figured I'd give this a try. I mean, it's wireless, it's cheap. I mean, who doesn't like wireless? So, hey, that's about it. I appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you later.